Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
Camille with the Diana on the top is super strong too. They will take the Jace. I actually personally prefer DRX's draft a lot to what Liiv SANDBOX is running. Liiv SANDBOX are once again sitting on Summit, even in the laning phase. He's actually trading better.
Oh, here's the big wraparound from Croco as in goes Kingin. Summit going to take a lot of damage.
I think Kingin realizes,
he's going for the all-in, seeing whether he can actually get this one to work. As okay, over the wall, Fate's moving on up as well, and so Kingin is dead. He's going to teleport. No way to stop it as the Q comes in. Can they kill him? They can! Fate locks it down. Only level 4, so there was no way. Pioshik, let's see whether he's shopping, as he's not. So he's going to walk away. Q lands from Fate, actually decides to go in the end, gets the flash. There's the flash forward as Kingin. He doesn't have his. Kick is going to come through the Gnar into the wall. That was a beautiful alley-oop there from the mid laner and the top laner. Really in the vicinity, but Bao's going to come through. And Shelly will reset. SANDBOX, I feel like they probably could have taken that given the man advantage they did have, but I guess Prince was slightly out of position.
So volatile, Kingin has no vision. He's got to back off here.
Oh, that sidestep was
baiting him so hard.
Real clean. As, yeah, who's baiting who, though? As even Shelly's coming on in here as kick flash from Fate, but not going to quite find the Q. As Effort with the Aftershock is going to get some work done, but it's the Gnar that they get rid of first. And Effort will follow. DRX, once again, target selection and understanding of the situation.
Yeah, and the hook hitting, at least you haven't messed that much up.
That's true. All right, I guess I need to make my last prediction as to which break it is going to be for the Soul. I'm feeling oceany.
Yeah, I am too.
But that's going to be the next Drake, and therefore I got it wrong. So I predicted the next Drake, but I did not predict the Soul. So there he goes.
It's okay, 5 for 6 is still pretty solid.
It is, but it would have been nice if it was 6 out of 6, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Also would have been nice if Pioshik wasn't rotating up here, because Summit does not have flash, and the Moonfall is going to be there all too easily. Pioshik picks up the kill, and unfortunately for Effort, he's just not quite there in time.
Yeah, and he's not there. Croco's on the other side of the map farming, so this is going to be so much free value here on the top side of the map, because there's no one even answering this. They're not going to get to deny as much CS. I guess that's the one trade back that Liiv SANDBOX get. Yeah, but Croco coming over here, and Bao and Becca have a ward, so they're able to get out of here just fine. And Liiv SANDBOX had such a nice lead in this game. They had total control over the top side, but in just 2 team fights, 1 lost team fight, 1 death, I suppose I should say, DRX take back full control, and they're approaching the velocity in which the game was. Oh, hold that thought.
Yeah, that is the kick into the wall. Pioshik trying to escape, but it's not going to happen. Some revenge for Summit.
That's a lot of shutdown.
Overstay for Pioshik, yeah.
He returns, but
ooh, that's some wardage that they have down here, but no turret. And also
in the late game, I mean, some aspects of DRX's comp scale really well. Diana obviously is great in team fights and is going to do a lot more damage later on. And Jace, depending on how much vision control DRX will have right now.
Yeah, Fate lurking as the flash comes out from Kingin. Decent equalizer this time as Q's going to connect. And the little kick into the wall, and Fate is going to secure it. Nicely done there from the mid lane. Going to pass off back to the Void. So we'll see whether Liiv SANDBOX are going to stop her from being taken down here. Okay, pokes in the eye. That's a great dredge line to come through as there's the equalizer. This time it's doing a fair bit more damage as it's secured by Croco. Shirley just completely abandoning DRX as in goes Fate. Oh my goodness. This Lee Sin is popping off as Pioshik underneath the turret. Q gonna wear off. Fate
coming around
to come through there as there's the flash forward. Fate looks a little bit silly in the end, but maybe not for long as he's just going to boot the Viego in the face. And Summit locks down the last kill onto Pioshik. They'll transition into Shirley destroying turrets.
She's going to get one. She's going to get another charge off here, it looks like. Well, not if they don't group for it. They're going to just start the Baron, actually. In fact, this is
right on top of a control ward. That is a flex.
Yeah,
if ever I've seen one.
And she does get the charge.
Yeah, it's going to get another one. Yeah, Pioshik's dead for another 13 seconds. There is no way they're contesting this.
I mean, that was such a fantastic fight, but early on in the game, while Liiv SANDBOX doesn't even have their full spike yet, they handled it.
You know, DRX performing very similarly to this, and the snowball really is just working. Becca's dead. Yeah, goodbye. Q going to connect as well. Max range. In goes Fate, gets a kick. But yeah, that's a shield bow and a whole bunch of other stuff to allow him to get out. That moonfall's pretty good as they do take down the Lee Sin, but can they win the rest of the fight as Prince basically getting ignored? Speaking of getting ignored, the turret's the same thing, as now Kingan's given up on this game completely. He's going to try and take down this inhibitor turret on the top side of the map.
Powered back here going to be really easy for someone to come over and deal with this. Not even going to get this turret. It's going to do some damage to it, but this is going to be real damage. And winning this game is going to be based on...
Oh, Fate's on a ward, and they're all just going to kill him. Okay, he does get booped around a little bit. The kick does come through. Pyosik is now in the pit,
and they get the
They're
Drake.
going to help him. Oh no, it is going to be secured by the Diana, as now DRX looking to try and turn this one. Box is decent. The Sulker's taking a lot of damage, but he just heartbreaks his way out. And Croco not going to be so lucky. In goes Becca. Will be killed as Prince is basically untouched. Kingan's going to have to flash away the zap. Not enough there. The hook lands from Sulker. All right, he's keeping his position. Okay, never mind, as Prince is going to turn it. Summit is still huge, and in the end, Liiv SANDBOX win the fight. It was so close to the god Sulker.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So like I said, unless you...
The Edge has a stopwatch as well.
He's like, look at me do it.
5-0-5.
He's like, look at me do it. I don't care if I get hooked.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that kind of tells the tale. Imagine if this is a really hard fight for DRX to win, but they have to try for it, or that's Baron, and that's probably game that comes with it.
Oh, that's a big old Nabar as well, as in goes Summit, doesn't pull the trigger, has Flash, and he's going to use it. Doesn't really find too much value, though. Gets a Flash out of Flash out of Becca and out of Kingan.
It's absurd what Summit can do on the Snar, even when it's not just a crazy wombo combo. He's just so strong with this champion. DRX, they're like, oh, I don't know if we can fight this. There's no chance. Look at Effort's positioning. He says, nope, you cannot come here.
There's the box. They're trying to skirt it as best they can as Prince is going to move out of the way of this Baron. Flame Choppers go down. Oh my goodness, the equalizer's decent, but they did manage to secure the Baron, and now Sulker is dead. Pyosik's going to be taken out. Prince is at full health, and you know what that means. That means that this is absolutely over. He's now running after Kingan, who's just looking to clear out minions so that they don't just lose the game right off this. Good sidestep on the zap. Super Mega Death Rocket does fly in. That zap's not going to land either, and Kingan, they're just going to give up on him. He just runs a little bit too quickly by switching between forms way too much.
The more I see games like this happen, especially with Liiv SANDBOX, who just consistently turn it every time to the late game, the more I feel like Kalista might actually be a bit too high priority right now, because you see Varus in the late game as a similar, champion. In terms of where his prio is, ends up being pretty useful in the late game with the poke comp. Maybe that's where the priority needs to be, because this Kalista pick is falling off a cliff every single time a team doesn't just steamroll. And we have seen quite a bit of that in the LCK very recently.
Yeah, I mean, like
Cap now, Zonius is about to come back online, but there's just too much in both peel and frontline for Liiv SANDBOX, but also consistent range damage with the items that are online here now, because you have Effort, who's just such a god at peeling against these engages that Pyosik, even with Zonius, doesn't feel like it's really safe to all in for the Moonfall, because where's your follow-up?
Yeah, and also, like, the whole of Liiv SANDBOX is just in a much better position this time around. It's not the same experience where Croco was just anemic, and you could basically just sunbake in the equalizer, and it's just absolutely fine. You just get a nice tan. As Fate's going in yet again, finds Kingan, good equalizer, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough. Yep, final tick, not going to do it. That does mean that the Jace has to go back to the fountain. Super Mega Death Rocket just blocked by Pyosik. Got a little bit excited there, probably shouldn't have. Just stands in the way, but that is going to mean second inhibitor is going to go down. And Liiv SANDBOX. We'll just try and forget what happened in game number 2. Is Pyosik going to go in? That's a great lantern from Effort, just saving everyone as Becca. No Fate's call. It wasn't actually available. And that is just going to be a free kill. Bao now trying to escape down to 50%. Shock Blast not going to connect. I think this might just be the end.
It definitely will be. One last stand here for Solka and crew as Kingan looks for a flank angle.
Oh, finds him, Kingan. It's not too bad. Prince still stepping forward though as Bao having to contend with so much here. In goes Fate. That is going to be a very easy couple of kills. Solka goes golden, but that's just going to delay the inevitable as Kingan's trying to find Shock Blast, but it doesn't really work. He is going to be able to kill Summit. That's going to feel fine, but Prince is still just going to take the Lantern Ride back to killing the Nexus. And Liiv SANDBOX, they do what we expected them to do over a lot more games than we're expecting them to do it over. As, Prince is padding these stats. 7-0-12 for the Jinx. They're trying to get him even more, but he gets knocked up. There we go. The double kill to finish it all off goes golden. And that is going to be it. So, Liiv SANDBOX took him a while, but they got there in the end.